What's up, everybody? It's Tony Lopez here with Alternative Living Spaces. And on this episode, we're going to be deep diving into the topic of RV rentals, specifically on platforms like Outdoorsy and on RV Share. So I started doing RV rentals about 2 years ago. And on this episode, I'm going to break down our story, how we started with just one RV and how we've scaled it to about 7 of them now. And we're continuing to grow that. So for those of you that are looking for creative ways to make additional income with an RV that you own, or maybe you're looking for a new business opportunity and something to get into, this could be a really great avenue. So I encourage you to definitely tune in. So first off, just a little bit about my story, my wife's story. Her name is Karen, and how we started doing this RV rental business. So it started really about 3 years ago. We started noticing a lot of camper vans on the road. We're based in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we'd see different companies, all around our town of people that would rent them. And we just started thinking, man, I think converting a camper van or really at that time it was a Dodge ProMaster into a camper van would be a really fun project. We took on the challenge of doing that. It took us about 13 months to convert our Dodge ProMaster into a camper van. It doesn't have to take that long, but we were both working full-time jobs. We had a baby during that time. So it ended up taking us a little bit longer. And the idea once we finished the camper van was ultimately to have it as a rental. We thought, man, we could probably build this thing for, $55,000, $60,000, including the cost of the van. And then if we can rent it out for a few $100s a night, this could be a great way to earn some additional income. So thankfully, that's what we were able to do. Our all-in cost for that camper van was right around $60,000. The first year of listing it, it got $300 per night on average, and was rented out a lot, especially in the busy seasons here in Las Vegas. After we had completed that first one, we were thinking, man, how do we scale this? Because our background is being a builder, the way we considered scaling it was to now build more units. So with that, we ended up purchasing a couple vintage trailers, little Scamps and a bowler. We ended up buying a shuttle bus. We got it all the way from the East Coast, drove it back here to Vegas. It was supposed to already be converted, but we ended up having to gut it out. It just was not done very well. So we had to gut it and ended up taking on that full rebuild. And so this was all in our attempt to scale our Outdoorsy RV rental business. Those projects ended up becoming very similar to the camper van, and it took a tremendous amount of time and energy. For us, we already are very busy and have a full schedule. So to throw in these 3 builds on top of that just wasn't very practical and wasn't a great way for us personally to try to grow the business. So we ended up ultimately just getting stuck on those projects. We finally ended up finishing up the shuttle bus. Turned out amazing, but it cost us way more than we expected. And so ended up now in the process of selling that. But there was another unit that we bought, which was the Scamp. That one was a complete gut job. So stripped it down to nothing and then started to rebuild that. During that process, it just started to dawn on me like, man, if the way I'm going to scale this is by building out each one of our rentals, this is going to be pretty difficult. And my mindset initially on doing that was that it was going to be a lot of cost savings. Hey, we're builders at heart, and we know how to build things. And so I thought, if we can just build them ourselves, we're going to save a ton of money on material expenses, labor expenses, and ultimately make this a very good investment for us. First Scamp full gut job, it ended up being way more work than I expected. And so my point with sharing some of this is just that if you're looking to scale an RV rental business, I'm going to share with you in just a little bit, but there's a much better way to do that. I ended up learning after doing a full build out on a camper van, a shuttle bus, and a Scamp that, man, I don't want to do a start from finish build. And so we ended up purchasing a bowler. It's a vintage trailer. That one was already more or less remodeled. And I think at this point, this was about a year ago, it was our transition to really going more in the right direction. So instead of trying to build out every RV that we were going to end up using, we decided to now look for really good deals on RVs that had already been remodeled, that are very much rental ready, that we could get for a very good deal and then put on Outdoorsy. And I still think this is a really good approach. I think you can certainly find people that are willing to sell something that could be very rentable for a really good price, and you can then rent it out for 100, 200, maybe even $300 a night, and really recoup your funds, and at the same time have a fun toy that you can go out and adventure with. Now, I do feel like where we've transitioned to is a better model. And it's really a win-win model for others as well. And that has been shifting to renting out other people's RVs. So basically, about maybe a year ago, we started making some content. We've had some tours at our shop and had just mentioned in there that, hey, if you own an RV and you're looking to have someone manage it as a rental, we'd be more than happy to. And ended up getting a lot of great responses, a lot of people reaching out. It got to the point where we had too many people reaching out that we could truly facilitate. So we were able to take on a handful of them, though. And so in the last probably 3 or 4 months, we went from really basically a single camper van rental to a fleet of currently 7 RVs. So, and the way we've done that is through other people's RVs. And it's been a great relationship because a lot of these people, they own an RV. It's been something that's just costing them a lot of money. They have their insurance, their payment on every month, and it's just sitting maybe in a storage facility. They're also paying rent on top of that just to store it. They have busy lives and they're not really using it like they had imagined. And so what we're doing is more of a profit split situation where we'll say, hey, we'll manage it for you. We'll store it for you. We'll perform the maintenance for the RV for you. It's a completely hands-off experience for the owner of the RV. And then it's a profit split on the back end so that they can cover their bills, cover their expenses. And whenever they want to use it, they're also able to use it. So this has been a really great model for us. And I share this video and I'm sharing this just for other people that are looking to grow on the Outdoorsy platform, the RV Share platform. I think the path that we took, you can definitely learn from. I think there's a lot of value in doing your own RV rental first. You need to learn the ropes. You need to understand the platforms. You need to truly recognize what risks are involved and what rewards are involved before you start taking on other people's RVs. But I would say that after you get familiar with the platform, after you feel very comfortable with what you're doing, I think that is a great way to grow your RV rental business. For us, we wouldn't have the capital to just purchase 7 camper vans. As camper vans are not cheap. It could be $100,000, even up to $200,000 for a really nice RV. And so for us to have 7 of them, I'd need a bank account of $1 million that I can dip into. And I just don't have that. And so the ability to partner with other people and leverage the asset that they have in a way that it truly benefits both parties, in my opinion, is a great business model for scaling your RV rental company. Now, if you're just getting started, maybe you just heard about Outdoorsy recently and you just came across this video because you're trying to learn more, I'd encourage you to go ahead and download our free Jumpstart guide below. It is a resource for you that maybe you don't have an RV yet and you're trying to figure out what type of RV should I start with? What maybe is the best model? What am I going to get the best ROI on? We've created this guide to just help you navigate that whole entire process and just get your feet wet with what it takes to manage an Outdoorsy rental. For those of you that are at the next level, maybe you've been actively renting something out on Outdoorsy for the last year or so. Your next step to grow your business could be finding a good deal on an RV that you can basically just place on the platform and rent it out. Or possibly follow in the footsteps that we've been doing and go ahead and market yourself as someone who can manage other people's RVs. One simple way that you can do this is to go to an RV trade show or any type of show that's near your region. For example, we did a home and backyard expo here in Las Vegas about 3 months ago. During that expo, we brought one of our RVs and then we just marketed that, hey, we can help manage your RV if you're looking to make additional income with it. We ended up getting about 20 people that signed up. And the truth is, we just have already been so busy and have already had too many RVs to manage that we weren't even able to take those on. But I say that to say that you can do something very similar to that. And these people that we connected with at the RV show were very enthusiastic. They wanted us to manage the RV. And now we're at a point where we feel a little bit more comfortable. And so we're going to be reaching back out to those people to expand our fleet. But ultimately, that's a great and simple way to do that. Another thing you can do is to find people in your area that they're looking to currently sell their RV. Maybe you're looking on Facebook Marketplace or on OfferUp. maybe on Craigslist, to reach out to them and see if they'd consider renting it out. I think that's a great option as they're looking for a way to maybe get rid of this thing because they're not using it or they're paying for storage, or they just want to recoup any lost funds. And so someone like you coming and offering this could be a great play. We're excited to get more information out to you on Outdoorsy rentals as we're learning so much every single day. If you are someone that owns an RV and maybe you're near Las Vegas and you're looking for someone to manage it, we'd be happy to connect with you. I have tons of information below in the description. Also, links if you've never used Outdoorsy and you want to try it out. It's going to give you a discount on your rental. Thanks for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.